6 fever on Steph Curry doing shimmy. That's the way my brother Joe used to dance with Lori Bremer way back when. Hey, man, if you're going to shimmy, you got to be able to be shimmied on, right? Here's Micheal Wilbon. And Michael, I know you were shimmying like that after the Capitals beat the Lightning in Game 7, but to the basketball game and Game 5, was this an awful game or a great game?
I thought it was a tremendous game, Neil. It wasn't pretty, and too often now people judge basketball by regular season standards of, people moving around the court easily and cutting and making pretty baskets. That's not playoff basketball. People need to forget about that. What's interesting is when you talk to these guys later, it seems like they hate each other in the moment. And then when they're calm and they're walking around, they're trying to get their bearings again, they seem to have a lot of not just respect but admiration for each other. I'm talking about guys for Chris Paul and the Warriors, guys for Steph Curry on the Rockets. I thought it was a great, great playoff game.
Okay, so I get it. It was dramatic, but wasn't it uncomfortable, kind of like the Larry David show when guys are just hard and miss,
Yes, it was uncomfortable. Sports and that's you know what? I don't trust any event that's comfortable. I mean, how can you be playing for a championship and be comfortable? No, I thought this was fabulous. I mean, you look at the shooting percentage of the Rockets. How do they win this game? Harden and Chris Paul shoot 11 for 40. I mean, that means the Warriors, who people don't think play defense, and that's erroneous, were playing great defense. But yet they made enough mistakes that Steve Kerr was about to pull his hair out on the points of just the mistakes and the reach-in fouls. And he said about 8 times in his post-game press conference, we got to be a little smarter. We got to be wiser. Smarter and wiser were his buzzwords. But the Warriors felt they let a second consecutive game get away. Champions don't have enough room in championship series to let 2 get away, Neil. I mean, not necessarily and be able to win 4. But again, I just thought that the way people have to be falling out in there. They got to be in recuperation mode in their dressing rooms right now at the way this game was played that was so exacting physically and emotionally.
All right, it's Tony that usually wears the hat that gives him the superpowers on your PTI show. But if you were wearing that hat, what do you foresee happening in Game 6?
Well, I don't think of the Warriors as getting angry often. They seem a little passive a lot, even in their greatness. They seem passive at times, too much of the time to me, like in, Game 4 back in Oakland. They got to play better. They had a lot of unforced errors down the stretch, and I think that that's what they're in there kicking themselves for. I expect them to see them play much, much smarter in Game 6 back at home.
That sounds like a man who expects to see a Game 7 in this series. Micheal Wilbon, thank you.